Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we were speaking with Blackwall in the prisons. He seems pretty resigned to his fate, but is Aenor? Is Aenor willing to allow Blackwall to be executed by the Orlesians? I don't think she is. I really don't think she is. Let me just...
They're
any
as calm
banter?
as they can be, thanks to you lot.
We're keeping a light touch.
It's appreciated. The more we hear, the more everyone knows you're fighting for us all.
That is all we can do. How's Mother?
Proud, as always.
Oh, that's so sweet. And an Inquisition scout talking to his sister who's an Orlesian guard. Oh, that's lovely. That's really quite lovely.
Good morrow, Val Royal.
Regard the charlatan, very happy.
And I am the Foyen, very serious. We begin. We dance for those of Redcliffe.
We cannot dance, for we have lost our feet.
You have lost footing, not feet.
6 of one, twice, thrice another. And sin, voila.
Okay, that was good for you too. That was a nice little play you put on there. Now that we've heard that, let's head back to Skyhold. We need to head there ASAP to get to the war table. Aenor, she's not willing to leave Blackwall in that prison. She wants to deal with him herself. Now then, also, whilst I remember, have my plants grown? I always need more blood lotus. And oh, hello. Oh. I'm gonna deal with you in a minute. I'm getting the plants because I don't want to forget them. Whee! You two doing okay?
Apologies, your worship. Running.
Okay, good. Good on you. You get those legs moving. You do you. The runners really do such a good job. They really do. So devoted. And you're coming with me too. And you three. And, excuse me. There we go. Okay. Now, I was gonna say... The plan for today, sort out the war table, make sure we bring Blackwall back, and then I was going to go to Valence. However, hello there.
I appreciate the warning, but you shouldn't have come yourself. What if the guild found out, or what's his name?
Are you worrying for me or for yourself?
A little of column A, a little of column B. I am the expendable one, after all.
Oh, don't worry, I'll protect you. We'll just have to... Well, this is a surprise. You're the Inquisitor, right? Bianca Davri, at your service.
Bianca. Hello there. Yeah, like the crossbow. I do think there'd be some raised eyebrows coming from Aenor. You know, her eyes darting between the two of them. Like, what is this? What is this flirting I'm sensing?
Your name is Bianca.
It's a common name. Half the girls in the Merchants Guild are named Bianca. The other half are named Helga. I lucked out.
You say it's a common name, but you are the only dwarf we've found called Bianca so far.
I take it you're a friend of Varric's.
Who isn't a friend of Varric's? You have met him before, right?
It's a pleasure. You two look nervous. What's going on? Well, let's try and be polite. We're trying to figure out what's going on between these two, but let's not be rude. It's a pleasure to meet you, Bianca.
Any friend of Varric's is welcome here.
Be careful saying things like that. Some of his friends you don't want to meet. Oh, maybe you do. Who am I to judge?
Bianca's got a lead on where Corypheus got his red lyrium.
The site of Bartran's Folly, the tag Varric found, has been leaked. There's a Deep Roads entrance crawling with strange humans carting out red lyrium by the handful.
Oh, I'm sorry, just that line. Oh, there are some friends of Varric's you wouldn't want to meet. Yeah, because we might get them killed. Rest in peace, Hawk.
How do we know they're not using multiple entrances to get to the Tig?
Navigating the deep roads isn't like the surface. There's no accurate maps of the whole system, and there are cave-ins, darkspawn, lava floods. If you find a route that gets where you're going, you don't deviate. Trying to find another way could be deadly.
Okay, that's fair. Do we know who leaked the location?
Who could have given away the Tig's location?
There were a few people who knew. Hirelings from the expedition, a couple of close friends.
How they found out isn't important. What matters is we know where they are now.
Yeah, you're being a little defensive there, Bianca. Suspiciously defensive.
If it's such a secret, how do you know about it, Bianca?
I told her. Right after the expedition, I wrote and told Bianca what we found. I had artifacts that needed buyers, and she had more contacts that would pay for them. Plus, I owed her.
Okay.
You can get there from Orlais. It's a long way to the Free Marches.
The deep roads are all connected. Or they used to be. Collapses and such. Some of them on purpose.
They really are roads. They spanned the Dwarven Empire, went to every corner of the continent, maybe further. In theory, you can get to any Tig using the deep roads, but in practice, there's a reason nobody uses them anymore.
We have other priorities. We should shut this down. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Denying Corypheus's Red Templars access to Red Lyrium can only help us in the long run. Shutting this down would be advantageous.
We need to deal with this. As long as he has this source, Corypheus is that much more powerful.
I couldn't agree more.
I'll keep an eye on their operation. If you're interested in shutting it down, you've got my help. Try not to leave me waiting too long, Varric. I've got my own work to do, you know.
Right. That's not going to be trouble at all. Let me know when you want to head to the entrance.
Oh, can do, bud. Well, shit. I can't have that as a title of an episode. How dare you, game? How dare you do this to me? We could speak to him. He might have something extra to say about Bianca. Excuse me?
What can I do for you, your inquisitorialness?
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about the lead.
About that lead of yours, Varric.
Sure. The sooner we take care of it, the better.
Do you trust the information?
Do you think this lead of hers is real?
Bianca's too much of a researcher to pass me information without verifying it first. But if you're asking whether she'd lie to us, maybe set us up, it's possible. Not likely, though. She risked the wrath of the guild coming in person. A message would have sufficed. Whatever she found in that entrance shook her up. That worries me.
Okay. Should we ask this? Should we ask this? I'm so tempted, fuck it.
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Really? Why hasn't that gone? Hawk is dead.
Carry on.
Oh, well.
If you've got questions, I'm your dwarf.
Yeah, anything new under personal?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Okay, no, I wondered if there was stuff we could ask about Bianca.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
Okie doke, you do you, Varric. I'm still so sorry about Hawk. I'm still so sorry about your friend. Now then. Oh, hello.
At your order.
Okay then. Good for you, madam. Now then, let's see. What can we do about Blackwall? What options do we have? Also, what were we doing? Obtain amulet for Cowl. Ambassador Montillier. It is rare to hear of those in Orlais treating spirits as anything other than beasts to kill, and rarer still for anyone to care enough for one to help them. I have given the amulet to your people freely, in hopes that the Inquisition will continue this open-minded approach. We wish you luck in healing the sky, whose rifts have damaged the Fade even here in Ravane. Yours in peace, Lady Anna Maria of Dyersmud. Lovely. And Judgment, recover sold artifacts. Inquisitor. Service delivered the artifacts as promised. The spy we sent to watch him caught him taking a trinket, an expensive bauble really, for his personal collection. Service returned it without hesitation, claiming he wished to see if we were intelligent enough to watch a newly defected agent. Then he gave us the location of a cache of jewels and coin the Venatori had hidden just outside the approach. I suspect he was hoping he'd be caught. The mage enjoys being slippery. A man like that is not so hard to nudge in the right direction we require. Liliana. Thank you kindly. Destroy Adamant Fortress. The chargers were able to tear down what was left of Adamant Fortress. The demons could have been a problem, but the support forces Commander Cullen dispatched kept them off our backs quite nicely. With the extra time the Inquisition forces gave us, we were able to salvage a few interesting items from the wreckage of Adamant, including an old map of the surrounding area with Grey Warden supply caches marked. Hopefully it comes in handy. Lieutenant Cremisius Aclazi. Lovely. Now I'm gonna figure out where I'm sending everyone. Be right back. Okie doke, and I am back. So, the things I want to sort out. Find source of Darkspawn attacks. Inquisitor. The Darkspawn at Valgamord have been slain, but it remains unclear what brought these creatures to the surface. There is no obvious sign, and I am concerned that they might still pose a danger. Marquis Buffon has made clear her wishes that we now depart, which leaves me even more suspicious, as most would welcome further help in these dangerous times. The Grey Wardens have volunteered to assist with the investigation of this mystery in whatever capacity the Inquisition deems most fitting. We await your orders. Yours, Lieutenant Suzanne Clochec. I think that's pronounced. I don't know. Cullen says, let the Wardens spread out. Let the Wardens spread out, scour the area. Maybe there should be like a comma there. That'd make sense. Let the Wardens spread out, scour the area. They'll find out where those Darkspawn are coming from soon enough. Liliana says, the Blight is many things, but it is not subtle. My scouts can easily track the corruption to its source. And Josephine says, someone may have been mining the area and freed the Darkspawn that way. Let me examine the finances of nobles nearby. Ooh. Okay, again, the Inquisition just coming in and being like, let me look at your finances. That's a bit weird. Here's the thing. We don't just want to use the Grey Wardens willy-nilly. Like Liliana says, the Blight isn't subtle. We can scout. We can find out where the corruption begins. And then we can send the Grey Wardens in. There's no need to have the Grey Wardens scouting. Like, they've just been in this big fight. Let's let them have a rest.
Let's see what we have.
Good stuff. And next, the name of our enemy. According to Dorian, it might be possible to discover who Corypheus once was. Knowing he was human could make him less attractive to Tevinter zealots who think of him as a god. Acquiring this information, however, is more difficult than one might suppose. Such ancient information could be found in the Magisterium's library in Menrathus, but the Grand Archivist has so far replied to our messages with polite misdirection. Dorian says he is the king of this particular castle and knows it. He might be blocking our efforts out of allegiance to Corypheus, or simply because he can. Cullen says men like this respond to one thing, threats. He knows who you are and doesn't want to be your enemy. Liliana says go around him. I can send an agent to infiltrate the archive and find what we need. And Josephine says bribe the man with gifts and favours. This is normal for Tevinter and what he expects. Let's not threaten him. Let's not just threaten random random librarians from other countries. This is clever. You know, just having someone go to the library and get the books or whatever we need out. However, if this is... Josephine is the diplomat. She would know if it is common that, like, oh, Intervinter, if you want some important tome, then you are supposed to, like, you're supposed to give a bribe, effectively. Like, let's be polite. Let's not be dicks.
Inquisitor.
And claim the Grey Warden cache. Inquisitor. Per information gleaned from the wreckage of Adamant Fortress, the Inquisition has learned of a cache of Grey Warden supplies hidden not far away. They placed such supplies to aid those fighting large numbers of Darkspawn without reinforcement. The Inquisition could make good use of them. Commander Cullen. Josephine is not participating. Liliana would have suggested a small team could be in and out of the area with no one the wiser. And Cullen says the area is dangerous. We'll need a heavily armed force to reach the supply cache. Yeah, this area, if it's in the western approach where we were, it is chock full of Vargas and other nastiness. Like, yeah, let's send armed people in.
All right.
People who can defend themselves. Now then, what to do about Blackwall? So, because I have the, oh god, what's it called? The Inquisition puck that's, Liliana's puck about being sneaky and roguish and all of that. We could go with Rainia's release, an alternative. Liliana informs me that your contacts in the underworld could aid in having Rainia released from prison. This route would conveniently mask the Inquisition's involvement, Colin. And Liliana is the only one who takes part, and she basically just says, there are a bunch of people vying for our favour, we can break him out of prison. Aenor would not do that. Aenor would not take the sneaky, underhanded approach. Instead, there's no point in trying to hide our involvement. We are going to look corrupt either way. If we do it sneakily and someone finds out, people will have a go. If we're obvious about it, people will have a go. But at least this way, they're going to have a go now, and then they're going to forget about it. Compared to if this gets revealed, like, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months down the line, everyone will throw a hissy fit. Just be honest about it, and it won't be so bad. It won't be as bad as you think, rather than lying and trying to, mislead people. Tom Rainia's fate. If you think it worthwhile, we can have Tom Rainia, previously known to us as Blackwall, released from the Valroyo prison in which he awaits justice. Keep in mind, Inquisitor, that he is wanted in Orlais for the massacre which claimed the lives of Lord Vincent Callier, general and staunch ally of Selene, and all of Callier's family. I leave this in your hands. Cullen. If we wanted to do this with forces, we can storm the prison with a small force and take Rainia into our custody. Valroyo's prison guards will oppose us. We should be prepared for casualties. No, we are not going to do that. Secrets. 2 problems, 1 solution. There was a traitor to our cause, a man similar in build and appearance to Rainia. We bind and gag him and have him take Rainia's place. He is condemned instead, and the world believes Rainia has paid the plot. Let's try that again. He is condemned instead, and the world believes Rainia has paid the price. There we go. I swear I can speak English. I swear I can. This is very clever, but again, it's not something Aenor would do. Connections. I can request a special dispensation from the Orlesian throne, allowing Tom Rainia to be transferred to Inquisition custody. This may anger some, but after Halam Sharal, they owe us a favour. We're just going to ask for him. We're going to take a hit politically, but Aenor would not be willing to sneak in or storm the prison. Like, we're just going to try and be diplomatic about this. Tom Rainia's fate. The dispensation came, few questions asked. What passed in Halam Sharal is fresh in their minds. Rainia awaits your judgment. Josephine. Thank you kindly. Oh, I think Aenor's rather nervous about this. Like I said before, the Inquisition is gonna look corrupt. No matter what they do, the Inquisition is gonna take a hit in terms of, you know, how they appear, but she just couldn't leave him there. She just couldn't.
For judgment this day, Inquisitor, I must present Captain Tom Rainier, formerly known to us as Warden Blackwall. His crimes... well, you are aware of his crimes. It was no small expense to bring him here, but the decision of what to do with him is now yours.
Ooh. I hate to see you like this. No gratitude, your life is mine. No, absolutely neither of these. I don't think she'd be happy seeing him bound. Like, this is a friend. No matter how conflicted she feels, he was a friend. At the end of the day, he was someone that she trusted, and she put a lot of stock in his opinion. Like, this hurts.
I didn't think this would be easy, but it's harder than I thought.
Another thing to regret. What did you have to do to release me?
Josephine called in a few favors. There are enough people out there who owe the Inquisition.
And what happens to the reputation the Ambassador has so carefully cultivated? The world will learn how you've used your influence. They'll know the Inquisition is corrupt.
Oh, I had no choice. This will be forgotten. Your opinions don't matter. Of course his opinions matter. Of course they do. How can we guarantee this will be forgotten? Does Aenor have mind-erasing abilities? Like, people will remember this. People will absolutely remember this. Ultimately, I feel like Aenor felt like she had no choice. She couldn't sit around and do nothing. She had to do something.
I wish there'd been another way, but my options were limited.
You could have left me there. I accepted my punishment. I was ready for all this to end. Why would you stop it? What becomes of me now?
You're free if you atone. Free him to make amends for his crimes. The Wardens will decide. Give Rainier to the Wardens once this is over. I own you. Your lie continues. Keep him in servitude. Not that one. No thank you. It's between you're free and the Wardens will decide. Oh... Oh, I will say this is, you know, once this is over. So once everything's stable, we give him to the Wardens. We're not giving him, like, immediate. Because that'd be a bit dodgy. Like, hey, you either die or if you survive, you immediately have the calling. Like, that's a bit dodgy. Oh, I did say... in the prison, I was coming up with the word repent. I was thinking of atone. That was the word I was going for. His death would serve nothing. He can atone. He can atone in the Wardens, but I think Aenor is thinking back to the conversation they had in the tavern, how hero worshipy he sounded when he was speaking to her and all of that. Giving him to the Wardens is I mean, he's been pretending to be a Warden all this time. Like, why not? But I think what Aenor is thinking is that he spent so long wearing this mask of Warden Blackwall, and he's never... He hasn't been himself for years. And I don't think I'm explaining this very well. He needs to stop putting other people on pedestals. He needs to he needs to atone for what he did, not as a warden, but as himself. If we give him to the wardens, I think Aenor is concerned that he'll just, you know, like, he'll take up this mantle of, oh, I'm a warden. Don't call me Warden Rainier or Warden Tom. I'm just a warden or the warden or whatever. He needs to... We don't need a warden to atone. We need Rainier to atone. Rainier needs to make things better. He needs to right his wrongs. So I think Aenor would be more inclined to have him atone, you know, basically make him face up to what he did. You can't hide behind this mask of the Grey Wardens. You have to accept who you are and what you've done and make it better.
You have your freedom.
It cannot be as simple as that.
It isn't. You're free to atone as the man you are, not the traitor you thought you were or the warden you pretended to be.
The man I am. I barely know him. But I have a lot to make up for. If my future is mine, then I pledge it to the Inquisition. My sword is yours. If I'd said anything less, would an arrow from the rookery have snuffed me like a candle?
Take your post, Tom Rainier.
Oh, and there we have it. I definitely think there will be some tension between Aenor and Rainier. Like I said, just because of the lying. She doesn't really feel betrayed, but there is definitely a barrier there that wasn't there previously, and they'll need to get through that. But like I said, she did consider him a friend. She considered him a very good friend and a close ally, and she couldn't just see him executed, especially when he had the capability to make things better. If he was beyond redemption, then yeah, that's fair, but he had always tried to do the right thing. And so now that we've kind of forced him into it, hey, you can't hide behind this title. You have to be Tom Rainier again. You have to atone. I think Aenor would be very hopeful that he'll run with it. He'll go. He won't languish and just kind of sit around doing nothing. He will do the right thing. And I think that was what was important to Aenor. That, because like I said, he sounded so, oh, we could only dream of doing the things you've done. You make saving the world look easy. Like, he was putting himself down so much, and it makes sense. He killed kids. It makes perfect sense that he'd be putting himself down and thinking he's a monster, but he has the capability to be so much more than that. We shouldn't allow that to go to waste. Yes, what he did was horrific. Yes, he should be punished. He absolutely should be punished. But his execution serves nothing. If he can live a full life doing good deeds and helping people, surely that atonement is more important than punishing him with execution. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. Either way, I am just about out of time for this episode. In the next one, we're gonna head to Valence. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.